Hey there. So I just wanted to do a hopefully quick little video. It might end up being longer because every time that I've tried to shoot it, more things keep coming up. So hang in there with me if it goes a little longer than I expected. But I wanted to do a little video on how to choose your partner using your intuition, which might feel it sounds like shouldn't all of our choosing be intuitive? Like that's it. Like I like you, you like me, we do this bit, that's intuitive. Not so much. That's like kind of more plug and play technology intuitive. Um, Using our intuition to choose our partner means listening to our sense of peace. And if you've kind of never felt that on a first date, most of us haven't. There's always going to be some nerves. There's always going to be some like, oh, well, sorry. I twist and rip my napkins. I've always been a napkin shredder. So if any guy could handle that, that was a big sign. But there is an overwhelming feeling of easiness to a really intuitively guided relationship or really intuitively guided meeting. And the best way that I can put it is you feel safe to be your authentic self. Again, we always put our best foot forward on first dates. That's just going to happen. But you really do feel safe to be you on that date. And of course, attraction is important. Of course, mutual respect, mutual goals, mutual everything. But sometimes it doesn't always follow the resume. You might walk in and see somebody and go, that was not the package I was expecting. And just feel this amazing easiness about it. Also, another thing is when you're choosing intuitively, there's kind of really, there's not a rush. Either that like first night or third night sex, like the timeline is really pretty easily flowing. So whether that is when you guys decide to hook up or whether that's when you decide to maybe take it to the next level and become exclusive, there's a really easy kind of naturalist to it. A lot of us get in this almost kind of lack mentality of like, okay, well, I better like, are we exclusive? Are we not? Are we not? Like, what are we? Like, and sometimes it's not always as spastic as I just presented it. That's just what goes on in my little monkey brain. But when you're with somebody that you really feel at peace with, there just is kind of this natural turning point at each stage. So when you are ready to go exclusive, usually it's not so much a conversation of, okay, so what are we? Should we define this? It's more of a, hey, I kind of don't want to hang out with anybody else as far as the dating scene goes. So I think it's you and me. And then, you start going, then the negotiations start of, okay, so boyfriend, girlfriend, exclusive, what's the modern terminology here? But it really just starts with your own heart and soul saying, I like this one the best. And when you do that, and when you're not so worried about the name of the relationship or the timing of when that relationship became that name, it really gets a lot easier to let the rest of it happen. Because when we try to force a timeline that's not where things are going, then all of a sudden you get in the whole, again, the scarcity mentality of like, well, what if there's somebody better? What if they think there's somebody better? Oh my, and well, was this too soon? Should we not? When you're flowing with your intuition, everything, I'm going to keep going back to the word easy. And the other side of easy that we usually mistake for them being the one is that like fireworks or or that, what we call a spark, that's usually guided more by our instinct than our intuition. And our instinct is based in the past of what we've learned and what we've experienced. Our intuition is based in something that we can't possibly know about our future. That's usually bigger than anything we could imagine, which is why I say be open to the packaging. There's a dirty joke about packages in there somewhere, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. But that's why being open to the packaging works with intuition, because usually it's something better than we could have even dreamed up ourselves. But our instinct will usually give us those fireworks, those sparks, that intense, like, whoa, we must have known each other in a past life or something. Oh my God, you must be my soulmate because I feel this is strong, electric, da da da. Usually it's reflective, our instinct is reflective of how we received love in the past, which for 99.9999% of us, we've had some little hiccup in the way we were shown or learned to receive love in our past. That's how humans act. And our instinct will reflect that hiccup. And depending on how big that one is, it could lead to just more pain, more anxiety, more drama for us, instead of how we actually want to go forward without pain. So I am. I'm a little suspicious of fireworks, because usually fireworks guided by our instincts lead us onto this roller coaster of, just when it's good, it's really, really good. We just have this huge connection, and I just can't imagine. But when he decides not to call me, it's just crushing. And also, let me point out, if you're in that 3-month-ish phase, and they are sending you into crushing lows already, or they're even making you go up, down, no, run. It doesn't get better. I know that the drama is exciting, but I think that if you're still really wanting that drama, I don't know if you'd be watching this video, or maybe this isn't the video that you want to be watching. And please feel free to click off, but I hope you stay. A really good, peaceful relationship should be more like a that was a terrible mini roller coaster, but there will always be disagreements or miscommunications or, stepping on each other's toes a little bit. But in an intuitively guided relationship, there's such a respect, there's such a level of peace within both of you, and a level of trust, that the arguments and the downturns really don't get that dramatic to the point of soul crushing, gut wrenching, that feeling where your heart is just being squeezed into nothing in your chest. That doesn't happen. It might happen in the first little bit because, a lot of us aren't used to such things, but when you get that first really good, peaceful relationship, the arguments don't become such a big deal. And they're really, really easily, fully, thoroughly resolved, because I can understand why it wouldn't seem as exciting to go for peace in a relationship, because I think when we think peace, we think settled, we think boring, we think zero sex, because that's what we've been shown in the movies, is all these cute little old couples that are just so peaceful and so happy. And but there's also just they don't kiss, they don't even do anything, but which I don't know why we'd want to see that anyway. I gotta give Hollywood points on that one, please. No, I digress. We seem to think that peace is not exciting, and let me tell you, it is. It's like the difference between walking on a solid tightrope and knowing that you have all of the footing really before you. It might look a little precarious, but you know what you're doing, and you have the freedom to do it because that rope is so secure and so solid, versus being on a tightrope with both ends on fire on a unicycle with one thing in one hand and just trying to balance. It's exciting. That's exciting. I'll give you that. But it's not comfortable. It's not peaceful. It's really not good for your mental health. It's just gonna up your anxiety. So when we choose peace, we still get that excitement, but it's that thrill of the freedom to be our authentic selves, which is, I really think, what a lot of us are craving in a relationship. We're craving that authenticity, but we keep fighting and finagling for people who make us feel like we can't be our authentic selves, especially if you are codependent. Recovering. Hi, my name is Chelsea. But that's what you feel. So when you're in an intuitively guided relationship, there's no roller coaster. There's peace, there's easiness, there's flow, there's no rush, there's no holdup. And there's really, this is the best part, guys. You ready? There's no heartache. Again, you're always gonna have bad days, but when you have developed that kind of trust with somebody that your intuition knows is going to care for you and care for your emotions and respect you and cherish you, even when something hurtful happens, there's a very deep trust that this person did not mean to hurt you. And that makes everything so much easier. And I gotta tell you, it's wonderful. So I really hope that this helped give you some inside tips. And if you would like any clarification, or if you'd like me to do another video with maybe some other tips, I'm sure I'll be putting one out there soon, because I could talk forever about this subject. But this was a little intro, and please subscribe, please share, and more importantly, please take this into your world, try it out, and I'd love to hear what happens. So with that, have a good night. Love you all.